So the collaboration between France and Russia becomes more and more active because the President Macron wants to develop a new agenda with Russia. You know that he said that Russia is not our enemy, and he tried to force our historic allies to change also their view about Russia. And one of the key points of the new collaboration between France and Russia would be digital. And we convinced both French and Russian government to develop a bilateral working group dedicated to digital. And so I'm part of that, of course. And we also decided to develop a new alliance called the French-Russian Digital Alliance to develop concrete cooperation between entrepreneurs from Russia and from France. And it's a very active group, and we will get one more time tomorrow a meeting of the French-Russian Digital Alliance, and we are going to do a lot of things in the coming year. У меня русские корни, and my family left Russia 1 century ago in 1920, and for me as an entrepreneur, it was a wonderful story to come back to the motherland and to invest and to be part of the digital market here in Russia. So I decided to invest in Russia and to develop Linagora here. And so I built a new branch, Linagora Russia, and we are actively part of the market. So we work with a big telco company already, one of the three big, so I can't tell you exactly who because we are under DNA, and we have several new deals that are going to come. And so we try to promote open source software here in Russia, and also try to develop this approach that we call the third digital way. So we strongly believe that there is an alternative to the classical model of the US internet giant or to the Chinese giant, and we want to promote these alternative technologies who are more respectful for digital privacy, digital citizen rights, and that also technology that are more ethical. And so we try to bring that to the market and to help big organizations, and why not the Russian government, to take advantage of open source software. So AI is a big trend. Everything will be touched by artificial intelligence, and it will be in our life every day, permanently. And so that's why it's so important to decide what kind of AI we want. Do we want an AI that is only a business for companies? And that's what we think that the US model is, and what they want to promote, the big US giant? Or do you want an AI completely controlled by the government? That's the Chinese model. And we don't want, so we think that we need to have a new approach on that, and we need to develop ethical AI. And because we are just in the beginning of the journey, and so everything will have to be done. And so it's now that we need to decide what kind of AI we want for the future. I don't want that my personal data, my digital life, or the digital life of my children will be controlled by companies or government. I don't want that, because tomorrow all the world will be digital. And so I want to be a citizen. I don't want to be just a customer, or I don't want to be not in jail, but controlled by the government. And so that's so important to develop this new approach, this new way to think AI, data privacy, and to think digital for citizens, by citizens, for citizens. And the only way to achieve that is to use massively open source, to respect the real model of free and open source softwares. And it can be still good for the business. So I founded the company 20 years ago. We have done 30% of increase last year. So I can tell you that my company goes very well, but with the respect of our customers, with the respect of the data of our customers. And so this is all this new approach that we need to promote. So I'm a lucky person that drives a Tesla since more than 2 years now, and I can tell you that autonomous vehicle will be a major transformation for cities, and because most people they live in the city, it will be, I think, one of the biggest impact for everyday life and for global people in the world, and it will change traffic in the cities because we will need less cars because cars will be intelligent, and so you will be able to ask to have to rent a car for like a Yandex taxi basically, but with no drivers, and you will get a better fluidity between cars. They will respect lines, which is one of the cause of the problem in big cities. Not that much in Moscow, but in Paris, for example, the traffic is awful because everyone tried to go in front of the others, and it's a big mess. It's like in Indian cities, so you don't want, and so it will be one of the biggest changements, autonomous vehicle, and I think also in business life. So today we still read, for example, emails, and we read emails that comes the latest. You start by the latest, but the latest is not maybe the most important that you need to read. And there is a big gap of productivity to do in companies using more AI. Our digital workplace, generally speaking, are not very efficient and not very productive. And so you spend so much time on social network, even in companies, try to find the right information. You don't know what to do with all this information and so on. So basically, we need to have more clever, more intelligent system that they will bring you the right information that you need to be productive in your task. And it will change the way we do our business. And that means also that we will be able to save a lot of time. So maybe we will work less for the same quality of work. We will be also to do more work on remote. And so a lot of things will change in professional life for people in the coming future, and we work on that. And for example, we have this smart assistant called Linto, based only on open source. And the idea with Linto is that Linto should help you during all your working day, because that's completely stupid that you need to open your phone just to see if people they have sent you a mail. And so if you come back in your office, Linto should be able to say, hey, Alex, you received an important email. And what is an important email? It's related to what I said just before. It's not maybe the latest one. It's maybe the email that you need to do your next meeting and so on. So a lot of things will change also in that. I think it's very important to share knowledge with academics and with students, as well with business companies and business organizations. But most of the time in conference, you have either business from one side, academics from the other side. And with the University of Management, State University of Management, the good things of this conference is that you have in 2 days all these stakeholders in the same place. And it's a great opportunity to think about the future in different ways. So I proposed to the rector and to the vice rector, Svetlana, to maybe to have a more international, even more international, because this is already an international event. But I think that we should also think the way we should develop international cooperation in concrete way to have an impact. And so I propose that why not to do that between France and Russia to start, and maybe after that to open more with to other countries. And so for sure, if I'm invited, I will join the event because I think it's a wonderful event. Thank you for the invitation.